Hi, Leanne. Believe it or not, what you're looking at is a cake. It is a 3D cake, one of many that they have made here at the cake shop. I am joined now by Nadine. She is the co-owner here at the cake shop with your mom.
Yes, it is.
How incredible is that?
It's the best.
Is that how you learned how to be such an incredibly...
I learned everything from her.
Yeah.
Best teacher.
I've got to ask you, how do you begin making a cake like that?
Well, the easiest way to start a 3D cake is to get the shape right. That's the most important. If you don't get the shape right, it's not going to look good. So the important thing is to get the shape right, and then you worry about decorating it. Okay. So we're going to show you how to do that today.
Okay, so what's underneath this layer of white?
Oh, this is well, here's 3 layers of cake. Okay, with quite a bit of icing in the middle, and it's gone nice and hard in the fridge overnight. Okay. And what you do is you cut it the next day because you don't want to cut it when it's soft. Okay.
You need it to firm up. Okay.
So
so while you're cutting, you want me to roll this fondant out. Okay.
You're going to be rolling it into what we call a worm.
A worm. Okay.
And it's basically to create the ripple on top.
Okay. I'll do my best.
No problem. And I'll start cutting here to show you how you get the cup shape at the bottom of the cake.
Okay. Where do all of your 3D ideas come from?
You know, looking at items. Walking into hardware stores, walking into grocery stores. You know, we look online as well. If I want to do any 3D cake, I just type the object in under images in Google and then add cake at the end. And thousands of images come up. And I take from that, you know, what I'd like my cake to look like.
Do we remove these?
Yes, we do.
Okay, I'll not touch it. I have
just very messy.
Yeah.
I have the gloves.
Because these cakes, after we make them this morning, are actually going to be for sale today at the cake shop at an insanely discounted price. So if you're interested in that, give them a call. We've got the website and phone number up on the screen for you.
So we've done the first cut. We'll go in and do a second.
Okay.
It takes a few cuts to get it right.
How many 3D cakes have you just destroyed?
Oh my. Too many.
I can imagine.
Too many.
I can imagine. Okay, so once you get the shape, then you have to re-icing it, right?
We do. We have to take loads of icing, actually, put the icing on, and then we systematically scrape it off to get the shape right.
Okay. Now, what is the long pole made out of?
It's inside there is just what we call a dowel rod. It's, you know, those thin pieces of wood that you can buy. Covered it in fondant, and then as you're making the worm, you're doing the same thing. We draped it over, we let it dry, and then we placed the can into it and into the cake.
Right. Now I've got to ask about the crush emblem.
Oh, yes.
Because it's actually edible, right?
It is. It's an edible. This is a quicker way to do. Normally, if we wanted to, we'd do it by hand, but it would escalate the price. So to keep the price down on a 3D cake, if we do photo images on it, it keeps the price down considerably.
And how do you print a photo image?
It's easy. You get a printer that's been modified with edible ink, and you get special paper that's edible. You feed it through, and you can print anything.
So look at this. It's actually rice paper, you said, right?
Yes. Yes.
And it comes off. I mean, what does it taste like? I want to
like nothing, really.
Like nothing?
Nothing.
I'm going to eat a piece of it if I can pick it up.
Why would it not? There we go.
You're right. It doesn't...
No, it's got no taste.
It doesn't taste like anything.
But it actually melts into the icing.
Okay. Is that how you get it to stick?
Yeah, and then you don't taste it when you eat it with a cake slice, no.
Okay. Very cool. So how long does it take you to make a 3D cake from beginning to end?
You know, depending on the 3D cake, obviously, generally nothing less than about 4 hours per cake.
Look at this. This gumball machine is actually a cake. How long did that take you?
That's not a bad one, actually. He was a good six hours on that.
Yeah.
But he's fairly easy.
And then I'll show you one more. The most popular one, you say, is a newspaper.
Very, very popular.
Excellent. Well, like I said, the 3D cakes that we are making here are going to be for sale, so call the cake shop if you're interested in learning more about that. We'll do one last check-in at their new location here on Wellington Street. It just opened in February, and it is double the size of their last one. There's still a bit more this morning on CTV Morning Live.